Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Akakodash. Belong us to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who do well and teach the truth while honesty and sincerity. Salutations to you, brothers around the four corners of the earth that push this truth while honesty and sincerity, great diligence. So wake up and hopefully elect of Israel. Double shalom to you. I can come looking like the heathen, but you are in fact of the stock of Israel. And you hold near and dear this truth and follow laws, statutes, commandments to the best of your abilities, wherever you may be scattered. Shalom to the few sincere Akwatim that listen and learn in silence, playing your creation role as the Lord commanded you to, which is in silence and subjection, reverencing your husbands. It's your brother Isaiah from GMS St. Louis, and got another video on this Vow Love Inspires. This woman is one of those bugged out, Israelite woman, which she's not in her right mind, man. She's not in her right mind. She's ill informed, and she just doesn't know what she's talking about. She erred not knowing the scriptures. But you see, a lot of people want to get on her now and start to speak on these matters when they are not qualified and they are not even ordained to do so. They just talking to be talking, and once you get into the scriptures and actually do read, you see that these people out of their mind. Forgive me, I'm a little under the weather, so bear with me. But the work must continue. We play a little bit of this and grab some precepts, and Lord willing, you be edified.
And can you
gods of the Bible, gods? Wait a minute. All the Abrahamic religions say it's one God. That's what they say. That's not what they did. That's what they said. That's not what the whole world did. The whole world had many gods. The ancient world had many gods. And you can tell that there are many gods because there were always battles going back and forth between the gods, especially Baal. The Yahwehs, the ones who were, crazy over Yahweh, they didn't like the Baal people. They wanted to get rid of them. So they're always going back and forth, back and forth. Never in the Bible did it tell you that there was only one God for all time and that everyone worshiped this one God. So let's just establish that there are gods in the Bible. Gods of the Bible.
What the Bible does tell us is that the gods of the other nations are nothing. They're wood, stone, silver, gold. They're nothing. So how can idols that have to be made, how can they war with each other? That's like saying two action figures are warring against each other. No, they have to be moved. So that's a lie. There is one true power who is in control of everything, the living power, the living God, which is Yahweh. And he answers to no one. He does what he wants. And he is righteous. There's not when the scriptures speak about gods, you will see a lowercase g, meaning idols. When it speaks of Yahweh or the Most High, which is referenced sometimes, it's talking about the existing one, Yahweh, the one who has no counselor, the supreme being, the God of Israel, the power of Israel. Let's Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 96. Then I'll start at verse 3. Declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. You see that? Lowercase g. It's an idol. And whenever you see, in verse 4, all caps, the Lord is talking about Yahweh. Verse 5, for all the gods of the nations are idols. You see? Lowercase g. But the Lord, Yahweh, made the heavens. Talking about they was battling and the Yahwehans and the Baals, they didn't like each other. Baal was a statue. And yes, all the other nations didn't like the Hebrew Israelites, which had the one true power with them on their side. You had um, the Philistines. They had Dagon, which in account where that idol was smashed to pieces. You see, Elijah and the prophets of Baal, they were defeated and made to look stupid. You see, these other nations, their gods were nothing. Let's go to Psalms 115. And I'll start it from the top. This is Psalms 115 and 1. Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but unto thy name give glory, for thy mercy and for thy truth's sake. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their God? But our power is in the heavens. He hath done whatsoever he hath pleased. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not, neither speak they through their throat. They that make them are like unto them. So is every one that trusted in them. O Israel, trust thou in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. So tell me how the hell is these guys going to war and battle with each other? See, these people make these videos and they don't know what they're talking about, man. Let's let's go to Psalms 135. Verse we'll go to verse 13. And it reads, thy name, O Lord, endureth forever. And it's capital again, O Yahweh, endureth forever. And thy memorial, O Yahweh, throughout all generations. For the Lord will judge his people, and he will repent himself concerning his servants. The idols of the heathens are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not, neither is there any breath in their mouth. They that make them are like unto them, so is everyone that trusts in them. See? So it's calling these idols dumb, and it's saying anyone who trusts in these idols are dumb as well. There is only one true power. And his name is Yahweh. Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 18. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it? The molten image and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusted therein to make dumb idols. Woe unto him that said to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, and shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. But the Lord is in his holy temple, let all the earth keep silence before him. You see, there is only one power that is worthy to be praised, and his name is Yahweh. You see, there are no gods trying to wage war against Yahweh. There is no one that is looking to overthrow Yahweh over his seat. There is no other power. He is the creator of all, man. To book of Isaiah, chapter 37. And I start at verse 16. I start at verse 15, Salakia. And Hezekiah prayed unto the Lord. There it is again, Yahweh, saying, O Lord of hosts, Lord of armies, God of Israel, that dwellest between the cherubims. Thou art the God, even thou alone, of all the kingdoms of the earth. Thou hast made heaven and earth. Incline thine ear, O Lord, and hear. Open thine eyes, O Lord, and see, and hear all the words of Sennacherib, which hath sent to reproach the living power, the living God. Of a truth, Lord, the kings of Assyria have laid waste all the nations and their countries, and have cast their gods into the fire, for they were no gods, but the work of men's hands, wood and stone. Therefore they have destroyed them. Now, therefore, O Lord our God, save us from his hand, that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that thou art the Lord, even thou only. Then Isaiah the son of Amos sent unto Hezekiah, saying, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel. Then thus said, Yahweh, God of Israel, whereas thou hast prayed to me against Sennacherib, king of Assyria, this is the word which the Lord hath spoken concerning him. The virgin, the daughter of Zion, hath despised thee and laughed thee to scorn. The daughter of Jerusalem hath shaken her head at thee. But anyway, the point being that he was praying and saying that The kings have destroyed the gods of the other nations because they was just idols. They was just wood and stone. He cast them into the fire. But he prayed unto Yahweh and saying, but you is the only true power. Save us from the wrath of these kings. You see? Salakia. This is Jeremiah. Salakia. Uh, this is Jeremiah 10 and 5. And this is going on to explain about these idols again. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak it not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, again, all caps, Yahweh, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee doth it appertain, for as much as among all the wise men of the nations, and in all their kingdoms there is none like unto thee. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanities. Silver spread into plates is brought from Tarshish, and gold from Euphaz, the work of the workmen, and of the hands of the founder. Blue and purple is their clothing. They are all the work of cunning men. But the Lord is the true power. He is the living power, the living God, and an everlasting King. At his wrath the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide his indignation. Thus shall ye say unto them, the gods, lowercase g, the idols, that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens. He hath made the earth by his power, he hath established the world by his wisdom, and hath stretched out the heavens by his discretion. When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightning with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. Every man is brutish in his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They are vanity and the work of errors. In the time of their visitation, they shall perish. You see? So, again, there is only one true power, man. The guys of these other nations are just idols. They're nothing, man. They can't save you or bring destruction upon you. Can't do anything. um, let's go to an account. Let's go to First Kings. Shalakia, bear with me. I'm gonna get a few accounts of these other guys being put to shame, and Yahweh being um, magnified as the one true power. This is First Kings 18, and I'm gonna get right to the point. Okay, so this is when um, Jezebel had killed off a lot of the prophets of the Lord, and Elijah was left. And kind of, and he put them to a challenge. This is 1 Kings 18 and 18, and he answered 17, and it came to pass when Ahab saw Elijah. Now Ahab was a simp, his woman was doing all kind of craziness, and he just let her. When Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, Art thou he that troubleth Israel? And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thou and thy father's house, in that ye have forsaken the commandments of the Lord, and thou hast followed Baalim. Now, therefore, send and gather to me all Israel unto Mount Carmel, and the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of the groves 400, which eat at Jezebel's table. So Jezebel had her fake prophets, and he challenged them. So Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, How long halt ye between two opinions? If the Lord be Yahweh, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Then said Elisha unto the people, I, even I only, remain a prophet of the Lord, but Baal's prophets are 450 men. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut it in pieces, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under it. And I will dress the other bullock, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under it. And call ye on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of the Lord, which is Yahweh. Again, you see that Lord in all caps. And the God that answereth by fire, let him be God. And all the people answered and said, It is well spoken. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, Choose you 1 bullock for yourselves, and dress it first, for ye are many. And call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under it. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal, from morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered, and they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon, Elijah mocked them and said, Cry aloud, for he is a God. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awaked. And they cried aloud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lances till the blood gushed out upon them. And it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied until the time of the offering of evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto the people, Come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar of the Lord that was broken down. And Elijah took 12 stones according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of the Lord came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord. And he made a trench about the altar as great as would contain 2 measures of seeds. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock in pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, Fill 4 barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice, and on the wood. And he said, Do it the second time. And they did it the second time. And he said, Do it the third time. And they did it the third time. And the water round about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water. And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Lord Yahweh of Abraham, he said, Yahweh, God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, let it be known this day that thou art power in Israel, and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Lord, hear me, that this people may know that thou art the Lord God, and that thou hast turned their heart back again. Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces, and they said, The Lord, He is the God. The Lord, He is the God. And Elijah said unto them, Take the prophets of Baal, let none of them escape. And they took them, and Elijah brought them down to the brook Kishon, and slew them there. And Elijah said unto Ahab, Get thee up, eat and drink, for there is a sound of abundance of rain. But this is one example of those idol worshippers being confounded, man. Let's go to First Samuel, First Samuel 5. And the Philistines took the ark of Yahweh and brought it from Ebenezer to unto Ashdod. When the Philistines took the ark of Yahweh, they brought it into the house of Dagon and set it by Dagon. Now Dagon is the god of the idol of these Philistines, which are Hamites, giant men. When the Philistines took the ark of Yahweh, they brought it into the house of Dagon and set it by Dagon. And when they of Ashdod rose early on the morrow, beheld Dagon was fallen upon his face to the earth before the ark of the Lord. And they took Dagon and set him in his place again. And when they arose early on the morrow morning, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the ground before the ark of the Lord. And the head of Dagon and both the palms of his hands were cut off upon the threshold. Only the stump of Dagon was left to him. Therefore, neither the priests of Dagon nor any that came into Dagon's house tread on the threshold of Dagon and Ashdod unto this day. But the hand of the Lord was heavy upon them of Ashdod, and he destroyed them, and smote them with emerods, even Ashdod and the coast thereof. So emerods, those are hemorrhoids. So they had hemorrhoids real bad. And when the men of Ashdod saw this, it was so, they said, The ark of Yahweh of Israel shall not abide with us, for his hand is sore upon us and upon Dagon our God. See, it's an idol, man. They sent therefore and gathered all the lords of the Philistines unto them, and said, What shall we do with the ark of Yahweh of Israel? And they said, and they answered, Let the ark of Yahweh of Israel be carried about unto Gath. And they carried the ark of Yahweh of the God of Israel about thither. And it was so that after they carried it about, the hand of the Lord was against the city with a very great destruction, and he smote the men of the city, both small and great, and they had emerods in their secret parts. Therefore they sent the ark of God to Ekron, and it came to pass, as the ark of Yahweh came to Ekron, that the Ekronites cried out, saying, They have brought about the ark of the God of Israel to us to slay us and our people. So they sent and gathered together all the lords of the Philistines and said, Send away the ark of the God of Israel, so let it go again to his own place, that it slay us not and our people. For there was a deadly destruction throughout all the city. The hand of Yahweh was very heavy there, and the men that died not were smitten with the emerods, and the cry of the city went up to heaven. You see, another example of this Dagon, this the god of the Philistines, the idol, a false god, being destroyed in the presence of the Lord. Elijah confounded those prophets of Baal, the Ark of the Covenant being brought into the Philistines' camp was um, destroyed Dagon, their idol, and the people was smoked with emerods, man. So they knew, hey, you got to get this back to the people of the Lord. You got to get this back to the children of Israel, man, or we gonna keep being plagued. Showing you that the one true power is Yahweh. There is no um, there is no opposing force, or there is no battling Yahweh. Everything is in subjection to him, even Satan. If you don't understand, go and read Job, the book of Job. Job chapter 2, it tells you, man, Satan is an employee of the Heavenly Father. Okay, let's get one more account. Bel and the Dragon. I'll start at verse 3. Now the Babylonians had an idol called Bel, and there were spent upon him every day 12 great measures of fine flour, and 40 sheep, and 6 vessels of wine. And the king worshipped it, and went daily to adore it. But Daniel worshipped his own God. And the king said unto him, Why dost thou not worship Bel? Who answered and said, Because I may not worship idols made with hands, but the living power, who hath created the heaven and the earth, and hath sovereignty over all flesh. Then said the king unto him, Thinkest thou not that Baal is a living God? Seest thou not how much he eateth and drinketh every day? People silly as hell. Then Daniel smiled and said, O king, be not deceived, for this is but clay within a brass. For this is but clay within and brass without, and did never eat or drink anything. So the king was wroth, and called for his priests, and said unto them, If ye tell me not who this is that devoureth these expenses, ye shall die. But if ye can certify me that Baal devoured them, then Daniel shall die. For he hath spoken blasphemy against Baal. And Daniel said unto the king, Let it be according to thy word. Now the priests of Baal were 70, beside their wives and children. And the king went with Daniel into the temple of Baal. So Baal's priest said, Lo, we go out. But thou, O king, sit on the meat, and make ready the wine, and shut the door fast, and seal it with thine own signet. And tomorrow, when thou comest in, if thou findest not that Baal hath eaten up all, we will suffer deaths, or else Daniel that speaketh falsely against us. So they finna try to be slick. Verse 13. And they little regarded it, for under the table they had made a privy entrance, whereby they entered in continually and consumed those things. So when they were gone forth, the king set meats before Baal. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those they strew throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. Then went they out and shut the door and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed. Now in the night came the priests with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and did eat and drink up all. And the morning betime the king arose, and Daniel with him. And the king said, Daniel, are the seals whole? And he said, Yea, O king, they be whole. And as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked upon the table and cried aloud with a loud voice, Great art thou, O Bel, and with thee is no deceit at all. Then Daniel laughed and and held the king that he should not go in, and said, Behold now the pavement, and marked well whose footsteps are these. And the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children. And the king was angry, and took the priests with their wives and children, who shewed him the privy doors where they came in, and consumed such things as were upon the table. Therefore the king slew them, and delivered Baal into Daniel's power, who destroyed him and his temple. And in the same place there was a great dragon, which they of Babylon worship. And the king said unto Daniel, Wilt thou also say that this is of brass? Lo, he liveth, he eateth and drinketh. Thou canst not say that he is no living God, therefore worship him. Then said Daniel unto the king, I will worship the Lord my power, for he is the living power. But give me leave, O king, and I shall slay this dragon without sword or staff. The king said, I give thee leave. Then Daniel took pitch and fat and hair, and did seethe them together, and made lumps thereof. This he put into the dragon's mouth, and so the dragon burst in asunder. And Daniel said, Lo, these are the gods ye worship. When they of Babylon heard that, they took great indignation and conspired against the king, saying, The king is become a Jew, and he had destroyed Baal, and he had slain the dragon, and put the priests to death. So they came to the king and said, Deliver us, Daniel, or else we will destroy thee in thine house. Now, when the king saw that they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them, who cast him into the lion's den, where he was 6 days. Um, but being the point is, us Israelites, our forefathers was confounding these false gods, man, these idols. But you have nowadays, you have these people, especially of Israel, who wants to proclaim how Yahweh is not the sole true power, which is their power, which is their God. They want to talk about these other guys like they're something. They're nothing. They're nothing, man. As we read in Psalms, man, the gods of the heat of the other nations are nothing but wood, stone, silver and gold, brass. They're nothing. They have to be created. They have to be made, which our power made everything. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 6. Thus said the Lord, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, I am the first and I am the last, and beside me there is no God. And who as I shall call and shall declare it, and set it in order for me, since I appointed the ancient people. And the things that are coming and shall come, let them show unto them. Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and have declared it? Ye are even my witnesses, is there a God beside me? Yea, there is no God, I know not any. They that make a graven image, are all of them vanity, and their delectable things shall not profit, and they are their own witnesses. They see not, nor know, that they may be ashamed. Who hath formed a God, or molten a graven image that is profitable for nothing? And you see, these idols are profitable for nothing. Just decoration, ornaments. This is Isaiah 45:5. Matter of fact, I'll start at 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name, I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. I am the Lord. Again, all caps, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me. You see, again, there is no God with Yahweh. He sits alone. He's in all control. Let me go down to verse 6. That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I form the light. I create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. You see? The Lord is in control. Yahweh is in control of the good and the evil that happens, man. He's a balanced power. He's a just power. So, again, these people that are speaking contrary to the book, to the word, let them be liars, man. But the word of God is true. Hope this has been an edifying lesson. I'm going to say Kwam Yasharala, Shalom, and the Bible Ball.